Pledge of Allegiance.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come,
thy will be done,
on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us.
and lead us not into temptation.
But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Good evening, everybody. We'll move to item D, the approval of minutes. In the absence of any objections or corrections, the minutes shall stand approved from the October 21st, 2024 regular council meeting and the special council meeting on October 25th, 2024.
The meeting minutes from 10:25, second page, second line state, Kevin Geringer was placed on unpaid leave. It should say paid.
Thank you, Billy. Any other changes that need to be made? I'm hearing none. Those will stand approved after that change is made. Item E, citizen communication. If anyone is in attendance tonight or online that would like to address council, feel free to come forward and do so at this time. Was there anyone on there? No. Item F, reports from council committees. F1, the Finance and Budget Committee did not meet on October 28th, 2024 due to lack of agenda items. F2, the Safety and Human Resource Committee did not meet on October 28th, 2024 due to lack of agenda items. And F3, the Technology and Communications Committee did not meet earlier tonight due to lack of agenda items. Item H, introduction of new ordinances and resolutions. There are none this evening. Item I, second reading of ordinances and resolutions. There are also none. Item J, third reading of ordinances and resolutions. J1 is resolution number 035-24, a resolution authorizing the city manager to renew a contract with Whirler Waste Control and Recycling, Inc. without the necessity of public bidding and declaring an emergency. Do we have a motion?
Motion?
Second.
Thank you. Andy?
As Council President, the current contract with Whirler expires December 1st. This would renew it for an additional 3 years at a new rate of $50 per ton versus $45 per ton. And this legislation just allows me to enter into that contract with Whirler.
Any questions or concerns on the resolution? All right, so I'm hearing none. Michaela, please call the roll.
Brittany?
Yes.
Ross?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
Bob?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
Dr. Dave?
Yes.
All right, that is passed on third reading under emergency. Item K, good of the city. Item K1 is discussion or action to direct the law director to draft legislation needed for the 2025 budgets.
I can take that, Council President. Yeah, what we're doing is we're just asking the law director and his staff to draft legislation needed for the 2025 budget. There's about 8 resolutions that will need to be brought forward next meeting, and I've been working with Billy and Tammy to get those moved forward. Just on a side note, if you do not pass this tonight, then everything we did Friday, Saturday will just sit and do nothing. So I would encourage you guys to make the motion.
Thank you, Kevin. Do we have a motion to direct the law director, please?
Motion.
Second. Thank you. Michaela, please call the roll.
Brittany?
Yes.
Ross?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
Bob?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
Dr. Dave?
Yes.
Okay. Item K2, discussion or action, direct the law director to draft legislation to modify the traffic and parking schedules. Andy, I'm gonna let you handle that one.
Thank you, Council President. Yeah, I was notified later this afternoon by Chad that this is no longer necessary, that the changes have already been journalized.
Perfect. So no action needed from council.
That is correct.
We will go around the table. Andy, I will start on your side.
A question came up in terms of the fall cleanup numbers, and at the meeting on Friday or Saturday, I forget which day it was. A quick text to my crack staff during the meeting, and I was able to get that included in the packets. If you were able to see it, it's in there, so. Other than that, fireworks increase, we discussed that a little bit. It is $5,000 this year is what we increased it in the budget. So if there are any other questions on that, I'll take them, but that's where we stood. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Andy. Billy?
Unfortunately, yes. So the marijuana moratorium is due to expire at the end of the year. I've been tracking 5 different pieces of legislation from the Ohio from the Ohio Senate and House. They're all stalled. Nothing's happening. So the licenses that are out that right now and the rules that apply all have to do with the medical marijuana facilities now being dual licensed. And that's where it sits, and nothing is changing. And so we're just sort of stuck, waiting to see what's going to happen. I would like to discuss potentially extending the moratorium just to see if we can get some guidance, maybe another 6 months, maybe a year. It doesn't really matter if if we extend it a year and council wants to come back in 2 months, we can certainly do that. But I guess I'd like to kick this, because if you direct me to draft legislation tonight, we'll get 3 full reads by the end of the year, which is why I'm bringing it up now. But nothing is changing, and I guess I'd like to keep it where we're at, and to sit and wait for a little bit longer. And if there's no change from the state, to discuss what we could potentially do in that situation. If council wants to keep a prohibition or wants to change something, we can talk about it at that point. But I don't have any guidance, because no guidance is coming from the state as to what they're looking to do. I would ask that I be directed to extend the moratorium. I would prefer just a year, and like I said, we can come back in 2 months and discuss it, or we can come back in 9 months and discuss it at that point. So.
Question.
Yes, sir.
Is there a reason why we couldn't just put no end on that, or is it a year thing that we have to renew? I would think it would behoove us to just have it until we recall it.
We certainly could do that. I like having, I guess, an expiration date to remind us that we should, I guess, bring it up again if it just sits out there. And I guess if the state were to do nothing at all, we could just have a continuing moratorium that certainly would suffice, I think, to.
I question whether they'll be back that quickly.
I don't know. I wouldn't have imagined that we'd be in this situation now, given that, the voters a year ago at this point made their decision, so.
There wouldn't be any harm, I suppose, if we failed to renew it because we forgot. But
Yeah.
I would think it would have been safer if we just put no end on it, so I just asked.
No, we can do it either way, and I guess I hadn't considered that prior to just 10 seconds ago, sorry.
I'm sure it'll be on somebody's schedule like yours, it's a pop-up calendar thing
Yeah.
to say,
This is when
or
it
something is
expires.
coming up.
Yeah, it's certainly, I don't believe I would forget it, but just the potential's out there, so. Yeah.
Well, I'll, obviously, your recommendation is fine with me, I just thought we wouldn't have to do this every
We
time.
can do it either
Every
way,
cap.
because it-
We just said no cap, just until it's recalled.
And certainly before that would be just fine as well, so just as long as there's some extension so that we can keep in place what council had placed earlier.
Until we lift it.
Until we have some idea of what we're looking to do.
I would only make that suggestion if you would all consider it, just that we just make the moratorium until we lift it. And that way we wouldn't have to go through the changes. But I, defer to Billy's expertise also.
I think, and I agree, I think there's going to be enough press when they finally make a decision at the state level that it will be a reminder to us. either way, I'm fine with it. I was hopeful that they would have made a decision by now, so we can make a decision to move forward. But,
But it's also nice to get an update from you, and if we put an end on it, then we have an update.
I don't vote, and I don't, either
I know.
way, either way works for me.
I'm just making a comment,
Yeah.
if we put an end date on it, then we do get an update from you about what's occurring and so.
And I would expect an update prior to that, but yeah, it's, either way works.
and at any time, I mean, any of you are welcome to bring it up.
Absolutely.
During council. And if we have an answer for you, we will certainly give it, but they just keep kicking the can down the road and not making a decision.
I mean, all 5 of these pieces of legislation are just sitting there. One of them is on the governor's desk. And there's nothing. It's been there for a while now, so I would imagine it's likely not going to be signed. But I keep tracking it just in case.
So, am I hearing a motion?
Go which way? Good.
That's up to you, I guess.
I'll motion to not have a cap on it.
I'll second that.
Okay. Michaela, please call the roll.
Brittany,
Yes.
Ross,
Yes.
Ken,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Jordan,
No.
Tom,
Yes.
Dr. Dave.
Okay. Billy, anything else?
No, thank you.
Sir, thank you. Jordan?
No, nothing for me tonight.
Mr. West?
Pass.
Mr. Hayes?
I don't have anything.
Mr. Mayor?
Nothing here either.
Mr. Brody?
Nothing.
Dr. Dave?
No, nothing for me.
Tom?
I'm good, thank you.
Kevin?
I have nothing, thank you.
I will call a brief, I promise to be brief, executive session for compensation of personnel, please. Can we have a motion to go into executive session?
Motion.
Second?
Thank you. Michaela, please call the roll.
Brittany,
Yes.
Ross,
Yes.
Ken,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Dr. Dave.
Yes.
All right. We've actually come out of executive session for compensation of personnel, please.
So moved.
Second?
Thank you. Michaela, please call the roll.
Brittany,
Yes.
Ross,
Yes.
Ken,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Dr. Dave.
Yes.
All right, no action taken there. Item M, approve payment of bills. In the absence of any objections or corrections, the payment of bills shall stand approved.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
On page 15 of the bills, Tom's reconditioning. What
Yes.
happened with the spray patching?
They spray patched an area behind the former Henry County Bank, which is Savista now. And they got the overspray, it was a very windy day, overspray got on 5 cars. So we had to have those detailed,
Okay.
yeah. And then we will submit it to our insurance, because it's over $1,000, so.
That's all.
So if I could just add, Mr. Hayes, what you're seeing is 4, and there's a 5th one out there that we know of. And there's
Yeah.
only 5 total. So you may see that in another,
Yeah.
for the 5th
Yeah,
one.
and I was actually out at operations today when he brought the bill in, the invoice in for it, so
So,
the 5th one has been delivered.
All right, I'm hearing no objections. Those bills shall stand approved. Is there a motion for adjournment?
No motion.
Second.
Thank you. Michaela, please call the roll.
Brittany,
Yes.
Ross,
Yes.
Ken,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Dr. Dave.
We are adjourned. Thank you, everybody.